All right, people. So today we're going to be reviewing a video about how men regret losing you and what to do. It's a little weird reacting to a video about this after coming from a 10-day meditation retreat. Because I'm like, yo, this is some lethal shit, man. But I'm gonna tell you my experience with that in a few days. I haven't been able to make videos because, to be honest with you, it sort of takes you a few minutes, a few days to actually readjust yourself to like your normal routines. It feels weird making videos. So tomorrow I'm gonna come with my normal videos, but I just need a 2-day break, to be honest with you. So yeah, and don't forget, we're having 50% off. Today's my last day of doing this. 50% off the course, Emotional Mastery. You could click on the description down below and purchase it right there. It was kind of insane, that retreat, people. I'm gonna tell you about it like tomorrow or in a few days, but it's something I recommend. Not for everyone, to be honest with you, but it's something that I definitely recommend. So, all right, so let's begin with the video and let's see what he has to say about this.
And one of the things that keep you attached is this desire and this wonder of, did they really love me? Did they really care? Are they really regretful of the fact that they lost me? Well, let me let you know right now, if you were a good person to them, if you put your best foot forward, now doesn't mean you were perfect, but you know you were good and of high quality for that person, then trust and believe they will regret losing you.
And the thing is about regret is that you're never going to be able to catch those tears, right? Like sometimes you're never going to get the satisfaction of knowing that they're crying, of knowing that there are tears falling, because people don't show their weaknesses usually. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I feel like have a harder time in getting over regrets than women in my experience, because from what I noticed during the pandemic, who were the ones that came back? It was all the dudes. Every dude came back. Even I came back. Every dude came back, right? Now, they must have came back because they had no other options and because everyone was not meeting, so they were just texting everyone. But if they see you enjoying your life and you say no to them, that's the ultimate regret right there. I regret losing some people, and the only reason I regret it is because they never came back. Right? It sounds crazy, but it's just human nature.
Stefan,
He's lying, sis. What a title.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Stefan Laoussier, aka Stefan. They will regret losing you. You know, they say that some people don't realize what they have until it's gone. But that doesn't mean they're supposed to get it back. So now, this is not a video to try to get you to entertain someone who lets you slip out of their hands who doesn't deserve you. Let me make that correct or make that plain and clear from the jump. But I do want to convey the message that they will regret losing you. And the reason why I feel the need to speak on this is because I see many people in these relationships, see them end. And one of the things that keep you attached is this desire and this wonder of, did they really love me? Did they really care? Are they really regret?
Well, it's your ego. You're saying, am I good enough of a person? Am I worthy enough that if they leave me, I'm going to leave a dent? You know, like we want to feel like people suffer for us. We want to know that you cried for us, that I ruined your year because you lost me, because it validates the ego, right? And that's why the dating world tends to be, for the most part, inadvertently malicious. Because unfortunately, the satisfaction of my ego usually comes at the cost of your happiness a lot of the times, especially when you start getting petty like this.
The fact that they lost me. Well, let me let you know right now, if you were a good person to them, if you put your best foot forward, now doesn't mean you were perfect, but you know you were good and of high quality for that person,
then
trust and believe they will regret losing you.
Yeah, because nobody regrets losing psycho bitches. I'm sorry for saying that, but it's just how it is. I remember I just ran into this one lady that I used to see. Crazy. Like, she got mad at me that because the first date I took her to a bar restaurant and we had a few margaritas, and she was mad because we didn't go somewhere else. I'm like, bitch, like I got class in the morning. She was like, but it's not a proper date. I'm like, what do you mean it's a proper date? It's a Wednesday night. I got class in the morning. And she was the type of person that when we hung out, she talked so loud that I literally would have to lower the window. I'm like, I can't take this woman anywhere, right? So in my experience, what I've noticed, and she was the type of woman that you usually see like you know what I'm saying? Like she's like stereotypically, like her face stereotypically is beautiful. But my God, if you're just looking at her photos, you think she's normal. Unfortunately, when you talk to her, you realize that there's some screws loose, just like me. But what I've noticed is that the crazy ones, the psychos, the only things you regret is the poom poom. There is regret, but not regret because you were an amazing person, like, right? Because you did. So then it seems like there are two types of regrets: regretting the poom poom, and regretting the connection, regretting that you found somebody of quality, right? And unfortunately, if the guy is not in a mature state, he's not going to recognize the regret of losing you as a person. He might regret losing the poom poom. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, you may not always see it, at least not initially, because many people move on and they run to a distraction. You'll see individuals break up and immediately jump into another relationship, immediately start entertaining other individuals.
What I noticed when I was in that meditation retreat is that a lot of the behaviors we do don't really come because we want to do this or we want to do that. Almost every behavior we execute comes from avoiding pain and drowning out the boredom, drowning out certain thoughts. Like we have avoidance types of behavior. It's kind of insane, honestly. I cannot wait to make a video about that.
And you start to feel like, well, damn, they must not have really cared about me. They must not have really loved me. But that's not always the case. Sometimes they're doing it because they're trying to distract themselves from how badly they feel from the breakup. They're trying to distract themselves from the fact that they know they messed up.
Yeah, my instinct when I get dumped is to go on a rampage. A rampage of love. No, but seriously, like, because we as guys, we get validated through other women's validation of us. What I notice is that women, when they get dumped, their validation comes from positive affirmations from their friends, right? It seems like it's a more healthy route. But then you also have women who get validation through sex, right? But generally.
But they don't want to face that issue. They don't want to have to deal with that. So they go run to someone else to make themselves feel better, all right? So you can rest assured that, yes, they are going to regret it. Sometimes it doesn't come out till years later, months later, whatever.
And by that time, it's already too late.
They hit you up. They tell you, damn, you were the best I ever had. I realize now that I should have done better when I had you. But again, don't fall for that. If you know they're not for you.
It's also nostalgia. Like, nostalgia will make the past look better than it really was. A lot of times, if you fall for that, just like nostalgia, you're gonna, like, if you really experience the things that you're nostalgic about, you might notice, oh, it's not as fun as it looked like in my mind, right? So don't be somebody's nostalgic experience, because when you return to people who look at you as a symbol of their past and you get them back and you get with them, unfortunately, like in life, the outcome is always anticlimactic and disappointing. And that's why it's better to leave the past in the past.
If you know it was never what it needed to be, if you know that's not the person that God wanted you with, don't fall for it. But yes, they will regret losing you. But now I had to bring that point to your attention, but I have to bring the next one to your attention. Don't worry about if they do. Don't concern yourself with whether they regret it, whether they love you, how they feel about it, because those type
A lot of my clients, he says something about me. A lot of my clients come from me for regret, and unfortunately, they tend to realize that Father Alex is not as evil as they might think I am. Because it's kind of like, girl, let it go, okay? Unless you're trying to kidnap him and torture him, you can't make him regret losing you, right? It's unfortunate because sometimes some people will never remember you. And you know what's crazy? Sometimes people are crazy. I'm reading this book called The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. And the father, Fyodor Pavlovich, whatever you call him that, he's like the evil guy in the story. Anyways, he steals money from his children, literally forgets that some of them exist. And this guy is just a degenerate person, right? Doesn't give his children money. And those 3 kids, if they try to make him regret treating him like shit, treating them badly, they're gonna fail. Because the problem with him is not at the level of him treating these kids bad. The problem with him is his lack of humanity. Some people are incapable of feeling regret. This whole notion of I want him to feel regret, it's you trying to find control in the situation. You can't control people. You cannot make people regret losing you. And that's the part that we have to understand. What's really going on is that your ego is hurt and you need time to recover. Nothing that you do from a place of wanting to make him regret losing you will ever come back with positive results. It'll never do. Because even if you do notice him regretting losing you, you're going to say, okay, on to the next problem. On to another reason to be unhappy. It's a pattern of your mind, pretty much.
So questions and concerns continues to have you dwelling in an attachment to this individual. It makes it harder for you to walk away. And for some of you, because you're not going to see the answer to that question immediately, you're going to find yourself dragging on longer and longer, holding on emotionally to this situation you need to let go of. The question you should be asking yourself is not whether they regret losing you, is if they were truly for you to begin with. Because if they're not the person for you, then hallelujah, praise God.
And it's difficult to get to that point when you're being petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, logically speaking, you should think that way. But a lot of the times we just want vengeance. A lot of times we just want to see those tears, So it's understandable. But unfortunately, that's where we all have to be mature. Sometimes you will never get the tears. Sometimes you will never see them cry because they lost you. Sometimes they may even find their soulmates after you. That's just life. And if you get enough distance, you will start noticing that this person is a person that's living his life, and that most likely the shit that you experienced from him wasn't even personal. It wasn't even a frontal attack on you. You were just there, and he was an immature person, and he was trying to deal with his emotions in an unhealthy way, and you were just in the line of fire. A lot of times it's not personal, and it's very easy to always come to the conclusion that a lot of these things that cause us hurt is a personal attack. It really isn't. You were just a victim of bad circumstance. Wrong place, wrong time. Just like you've hurt people, and you hurt them, and you know it wasn't personal. But boy, did it look personal. And this usually comes because your ego, because of just generally being self-centered. Living your life for yourself, living your life for me all the time, never thinking about other people. And what happens is that when you live your life for you all the time, then what the hell do you think is going to happen? Everything's going to appear like you are the center of your world. So everything appears like it's done to you, a personal attack on you. When in reality, a lot of the things that happen It's not personal. And that's the hardest thing to accept.
You have been blessed by the breakup, all right? Now, some of you may feel like, but I do feel like they're the person for me. I do feel like this should have worked. I do feel like this should have not gone this way. And I understand that. And that's a very tough position to be in. But again, dwelling on whether they regret it, how they're feeling about it, whether they think about you, isn't going to make your life better. Isn't going to help you move forward, isn't going to help you focus on you. Listen, if you truly believe they were the one, then there's a good chance an opportunity will come back around one day. But in the meantime, we can't be waiting on that. We can't be focused on that. We have to be focused on us. We have to be focused on God. We have to be focused on our purpose. So you still don't want to be asking the question, do they regret losing you?
And never ask why. If they don't like you, don't say why they don't like me. Remove the why. They don't like you. If they're not committing to you, they say, why isn't he committed to you? Just remove the why and say he isn't committing to you. Don't ask why, because you'll never get the answer.
Are they happy right now? And some of you may see a situation where they jump into a new relationship and they look happy, and it makes you salty. It makes you feel some
you're being a hater
kind of way. It hurts your feelings. But I'm gonna tell you, if that person quickly rebounded and jumped to someone else, there's a very good chance the happiness you see now with them in their pictures and their posts will disappear.
Yeah, but also there's also a good chance that maybe it won't. Like that's what you have to understand. Like, I'm not here to pander to you guys, okay? He might be happy in his next relationship. He might say, finally, I'm actually happy, and it might be true. Or it might not be true. Sometimes we lose, right? Sometimes we lose, and that's okay. It all balances out in the long run. You've taken some L's, you've given some L's. I've taken a lot of L's, and I've given some L's. That's life. In the long run, you'll forget that. What this is a mentality of somebody who's hurt and who's laser focused on a certain problem that you shouldn't be focusing on.
That they will eventually find themselves in another failed relationship. That they will see the ramifications or the consequences of their actions. So again, what you see isn't always what it really is, all right? And you cannot allow yourself to be focused on that. You cannot allow yourself to be lurking on their social media page, hoping to find evidence of regret.
Lurking.
Hoping to find evidence of sorrow or pain because you want them to feel the way that you're feeling. Instead, I want you to focus on you feeling better. Are you getting to a better place? On you receiving all that God has for you? So though I will say one more time, if you know you were a great partner, they will regret losing you. Do not allow that to be your focus. Do not allow that to consume you.
Because then they win. Like, I was actually listening to somebody talk about that. They were like, this guy was a loser in school. And for the next 10 years, he worked on building up his business so that when he came back to the 10-year reunion, he will go up to his bullies and say, hey, look at me. Now I'm the boss, right? And the person talking said that if that ever happened, and he was the bully, he'd be like, for 10 years, you held on to that, and you did all of that for me? Jesus Christ, you are pathetic. How much control are you giving someone where for months and months, everything you do is for them to get revenge? Who really has the power? They're literally like parasites controlling your thinking. They've won. Sometimes you win when you say no to the call of the ego to validate it. That's how you win. You know, that's how you move on. But unfortunately, when we're in pain, we don't see it that way. And this looks like the most logical conclusion. He's actually not even telling you to like hurt the guy, right? But moving on usually is the best revenge. And usually the best revenge doesn't feel like revenge. It just feels like you're healing. All right? Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, click on the description down below. Let me know if you guys like reaction videos. Let me know, actually. We're gonna be posting more videos on Patreon, more reaction videos on Patreon. I'm taking a break for the next day or two because I'm looking for an apartment. It's really hard, and I got class next week. What day is it today? Oh shit, I got class like in a week and a half. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, man. But yeah. Anyways, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna make another one, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't purchased any of my courses, we have a special bundle deal for everyone. So that you can purchase all of my courses, meaning you could purchase the psychological game of attraction, natural chemistry, and nice girl, along with all of the bonuses. Originally, if you purchase everything without the bundle, it'll be around $500, to be honest with you. But right now, if you guys purchase it, with the bundle, you guys will be able to get all of these courses: psychological game of attraction, which is for women who are single; natural chemistry, which is for women who are in a relationship; nice girl, which is a course on assertiveness, along with all of the bonuses: social mastery, practical mastery in terms of how to master anything, social mastery in terms of how to master your social skills, and the laws of human nature, wherein it's part of the Robert Greene book club I used to have. All of these, naturally, like I said, it's $500. Now you can get it at $394, which is essentially 20% off everything. But if you guys want to purchase a more affordable bundle, you guys can purchase the bundle without the bonuses, and that will be at $224 rather than the $300. Well, rather than the $293 that you guys would naturally purchase it. So you could purchase it with the bundle or without the bundle. You could purchase it with the bonuses or without the bonuses. It's all of the work that I put in the last 4 years, in the last 5 years, actually, all of the research that I've done. And this course, rather than watching all of my videos, and because they could be random and you could sort of like lose the big picture because there's just so many videos, you guys get all of the content condensed in a course. Trust me, people, if you guys purchase this, you won't regret it. If you haven't purchased it, hopefully this will push you towards it, because it's something that I believe in, and everyone who's purchased my course have been satisfied with it. And if they didn't like it, I always give their money back. I have never rejected a refund. All right. So purchase it right now. Click on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle, and I'll see you guys inside.